Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. Am I? So last time I lived in Sydney, all those years ago, like 10 years ago, is it now? I think it was 10 years ago or 9 years ago. Who gives a fuck? I used to read the newspaper every day, and one of the newspapers I used to read was a piece of shit newspaper called the Daily Telegraph, which is the equivalent to the worst newspaper in whatever country you live in. I think it's like the Sun in England and is it the Inquirer somewhere in the fucking US? Who gives a shit? It's a Rupert Murdoch owned fucking piece of trash. But I used to read it every day just to keep up with the news. And on Fridays and Saturdays, there used to be a column written by this journalist. I would not even call him a journalist. Why am I even calling him a journalist? He's not a fucking journalist. He's like the worst fucking radio hack, shock jock. Not even shock jock, just fucking retarded, mundane fucking hack in writing form. So he used to write a column Friday, Saturday, I think it was. I can't remember. But this was pre-Twitter. This was pre-internet for me. This is like fucking going back. I was living in King's Cross. So we're talking like 12 years ago or something. But I used to hate read this cunt's column like I hate read Twitter now. I used to just sit there and fucking read and fucking hate this cunt. He just fucking infuriated me. Every single fucking word that came out of his goddamn fucking column agitated the fuck out of me. So this is back in the day when I was living in King's Cross, and I was stumbling home drunk one morning. It was daylight. It was like 9 a.m. I was hammered. And who fucking jogs directly up the fucking road? This cunt. I'm not going to say his name. You'll find out why in a second. Anyway, this cunt jogs up the road, and I'm fucking just like, I don't even know what to do. I'm like, should I just belt him? Should I physically assault this cunt? And I was hammered as well, so it was definitely a possibility. So he just jogs past me. I didn't do anything. I think I yelled out, faggot, after he had jogged past me. I didn't stop and go, faggot. Anyway, after that day, I'd spot him like jogging or walking around my area like twice a week, and every time I fucking saw him, I wanted to do something. I either wanted to throw my beer at his head or just fucking crack him in the face, but I never did anything. I yelled out a couple of times, but that's it. And I regret never smashing a bottle over his head, because later on he went on TV. He graduated from the trashiest piece of shit fucking column you can ever imagine. He's like trolling, but not really trolling. He's just retarded. So he graduated from that column to trashy, disgusting, mind-numbingly fucking inane shit TV. So my hate for this cunt grew. He would pop up at like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, and I would occasionally fucking watch the show he was on, and every single word out of this cunt's mouth just infuriated me. He just fucking... He's like a fucking adult Adrian. That's what he is. He's the king of the Adrians. He is what all the Adrians are going to end up being like. If I told you his name and you Googled him, you would be like, oh my God, he is the fucking embodiment of an Adrian. This guy is who my fucking arch enemy would be if he knew who I was. If I was like famous or a celebrity, I would just be at war with this cunt 24/7. Two cunts of absolutely no consequence at war with each other. So anyway, after running around all day today, just buying fucking like rice and food, nuts, stocking up because the prices of food are fucking going up real quickly here. And it hasn't even really started yet. And I don't know where those prices are going to end. So I'm stocking up on some cheap shit now. So I have a little bit of a fucking buffer for when those prices get out of control. It's already starting to get a little bit out of control, and the fucking rising fuel prices haven't even been passed on to the consumer yet. That will probably take a month or two, and when that happens, I don't know what the fuck is going to go on. You're probably looking at a $30 bowl of pho. I paid $18 for a pho the other day. $18 fucking dollars for a couple of fucking noodles and a bit of broth and some beef. out of control. Anyway, I was running around all day, and then I went to pick up my kid from school. So I get there about 5 minutes early, which is technically 5 minutes late, and I'm just chilling around. I'm on my phone a little bit. I'm looking around at the other parents. I'm trying to suss out who's cool, who's not, who I'm going to get along with, who I'm not going to get along with. There's some potential there. So I'm sizing up the other parents, and while I'm doing this, someone walks through my vision that I recognize. So I double take and I look back, and who the fuck is it? It's this cunt, the Lord of the Adrians. And I'm like, you're fucking kidding me. What's he doing here? Some fucking presentation? I don't want my kid learning anything off this fucking retard. I'm like, is he a guest speaker? What the fuck is going on? So he walks past, and then a kid runs up to him and hugs him in school uniform. I'm like, oh, you're shitting me. This cunt's kid goes to my kid's fucking school, and they look pretty much the exact same age. Oh my fucking God. And obviously I can't fucking bottle him at the school. My instinct was to yell something out. Just start a fight in the middle of the fucking school. I can't even remember what his column was about. All I remember is I've got this undying hatred of him still left in my heart. And seeing him today just fanned the flames. So this cunt who I've hated passionately for over a decade, he has no fucking idea who I am, obviously. But he is generally hated as well. It's not just me. My passion is strong, but he's not a well-liked person in general. So he's now in my fucking orbit. He's sort of walked into my life now. I need to get more popular so I can start a war with this cunt. I couldn't fucking believe it. All my friends know how much I hate this cunt as well. I would say his name if it wasn't for the school thing. But most people in Sydney would know who he is. Maybe a lot of people in Australia might know who he is. And I guarantee you hate the cunt. Not as much as me though. Anyway, it's just another curveball the universe is throwing out there. It's another sign. It's another sign. Yesterday was the meth on the ground. Today, it's my arch enemy entering my life. We've got to see where all these signs lead to. I don't know what it leads to, but it's very intriguing. Anyway, that will do for tonight. If you're enjoying the podcast, give it a share around so I can become popular enough to start a war with this cunt. That would be fun. Anyway, fuck it. That's it for tonight, and I'll see ya the fuck later.